super quick ASMR music theory video. We're going to learn today about cadences. Okay, if you're wondering why I'm whispering, this is an ASMR video and it is designed to help you relax as well as being somewhat educational. So let's get to it. Today we're going to have a look at cadences. And a cadence is when we have two chords at the end of a phrase or a piece. So it's kind of like the final two chords before a pivot point in your music. Okay, and there's four main cadences that we use in music, and we can split them into two categories. We have cadences that sound finished, and we have cadences that sound unfinished. And the great thing about putting them in these two categories is it's really easy to tell them apart in the simplest way possible. If it sounds like the piece is meant to keep going, then it's going to be one of the unfinished cadences. But if it sounds like the piece has come to a natural end, then it's going to be one of our finished cadences. I should apologize if you can hear any background noise, as it's really cold, so I've got the heating on, so you can probably hear my boiler. Okay, so our first finished cadence is the perfect cadence, and that goes from chord 5 to chord 1. So in the key of C major, that would be from G, because G is the 5th chord in the key of C, to a C major. So we have a G major going to a C major, and that would be a perfect cadence. Our second type of finished cadence is a plagal cadence. Now, a plagal cadence is sometimes known as the Amen cadence, because it sounds like the Amen that you have at the end of a lot of religious hymns, and that is 4 to 1. So in the key of C major, that would be F to C. So our cadences are F to C if it's plagal, and this one is the also known as the Amen. So if it sounds kind of religious, it's probably a plagal cadence. Okay, so we have perfect, which is 5-1, like G to C, or in the key of E flat, that would be B flat to E flat. And then we have our plagal, also known as the Amen cadence, and that is 4-1, or F to C, in the key of F, that would be B flat to F. Okay, we then have two other types of cadence, and these are our unfinished cadences. The first type we have is imperfect. An imperfect cadence is normally when we go from 1 to 5. So it's the opposite way round to the perfect. So in the key of of C, I might go from C to G. Now, an imperfect cadence doesn't just have to be 1 to 5, but it commonly is. Sometimes you could also have 2 to 5, or even 4 to 5. These are all types of imperfect cadences. So in the key of C, that would then be D minor, so D minor to G, or even 4 to 5, that would be F to G. Okay. Alright, and then our final cadence that we're going to have a look at is the interrupted, also known as the deceptive cadence. I need a new Sharpie. And this one is when we have 5 to 6. So in the key of C, that would be G major to A minor, so G, we'll do plus for major, minus for minor. So G major to A minor, and that sounds really kind of, oh, what's going on? Because as well, this is your relative minor, so you're playing the chord that would suggest the relative minor, because in A minor is the same key signature as C major. You just start on a different kind of note, there's a different bass, so you're going to the relative minor here with an interrupted or deceptive cadence, which makes it sound a bit kind of wahey. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. Let's just recap that real quick. A cadence is the ending to a phrase, so it's 2 chords, at the end of a musical phrase, and they can either be finished or unfinished. So 2 chords at the end of a phrase, finished or unfinished. We have got the perfect and plagal. These are our finished ones, and the plagal one sounds kind of religious. And then we have imperfect, which can be any of these, so 1, 5, 2, 5, or 4, 5, but they end in 5. Yeah. Or we can have the interrupted / deceptive cadence, which is a 5 to 6. And that's interesting because the 6th chord is also the relative minor. It's the home of the relative minor in this case. Okay. Righto. Thank you for watching this super quick ASMR music theory video. Do like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you